Recently, I sat down with Delaware Senator Chris Coons. The Democrat told me about a new push he's making to bring defense manufacturing opportunities to our area. Here now is a portion of that interview.
So I'm the new senior Democrat on the Defense Appropriations Subcommittee. It spends $850 billion a year, the entire Department of Defense at home and abroad. And in this area, at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, at the Boeing factory in Ridley Park, and at all sorts of facilities, large and small, in New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania, I'll have the opportunity to work with our governors, our congressional representatives, to direct more resources into this region. They have to compete for them. But by drawing attention to the underutilized capabilities of the Philly shipyard, drawing attention to the underutilized manufacturing space at Boeing, where they used to manufacture the V-22 and they still manufacture the CH-47, the Chinook helicopter, I'll be able to draw attention to the opportunities. Last, there's a huge shift going on in the future of warfare. On the front lines in Ukraine, as the Ukrainians are bravely fighting for their freedom against Russian aggression, they've shown what drones can do. Drones that are improved and iterated and developed literally during the fight on the battlefield and just behind the front lines. The United States is behind, and China is well ahead of us in developing a whole new generation of cheap, lethal, autonomous drone systems. We can and should be the region where a lot of that gets done. We've got great institutions like Drexel and Temple and Penn State and Penn, and in Delaware, the University of Delaware and Dell State. And we've got Dover Air Force Base and Joint Base Dix-McGuire and the capacity to test and develop and deploy both drones in the air, drones on the sea, drones beneath the sea, to help expand the reach and the lethality of American armed forces.
How do you envision this growth happening? I mean, is this something where you mentioned, for example, a bunch of academic institutions where they have certainly a lot of research and a lot of experts. Do you, but they don't all necessarily work together. Do you envision sort of pulling them together under some sort of specific umbrella, or is this going to be private industry driven, do you think? So
one of our largest challenges is that the Defense Department has an antiquated, bureaucratic, I would say sclerotic procurement process where there's a few very large contractors that do the overwhelming majority of it. There are existing initiatives around innovation, trying to bring private sector and academic research and innovation into the Defense Department. I'm going to be pushing for that to be elevated and accelerated. In the world today, where we have conflicts around the world and increasing threats from authoritarian countries that are cooperating and coordinating more than we've seen in our lifetimes, the Russians, the Iranians, the Chinese, the North Koreans, working more and more closely together, we need to step up our game.